What you are looking at here is the 1/12 scale Suzuki Jimny by FMS. It is by far the most highly detailed in terms of scale features of any RC vehicle I have seen in over 30 years within this hobby. Thank you for stopping by 1132 Design, and today I want to share my thoughts about the quality, the features, the price, comparison to similar RC vehicles, and then finally the last two things I want to talk about to close is who is this vehicle for? Who would be the happiest to own this particular style of vehicle? And then who will be disappointed? Before we get started, I just want to point out that there are so many features that I went over in the unboxing, detailed features, and off-road driving video that I will post the links to those videos in the description below. Let's talk about price. I paid approximately $250 plus a rather hefty shipping fee. So if you're willing to wait until we have US distributors, your shipping might be free, or it could be as low as $5 to $10 depending on who you order from. The only direct competitor to this vehicle that I was able to find is the 1/12 scale Rock Hobby 1941 military style Jeep. And looking at that particular model really closely, I have no doubts that they are probably made in the same place. The only other vehicle that I was able to find to come close in terms of features and scale details is the 1/18 scale RC 4-wheel drive Galante, and that comes in at $220. So let's talk about the value proposition here. At first, I thought that the price was a little bit high. However, the more I thought about it and the more I looked at the details on the underside where no one would really care to look at it, they went through great lengths to try to match up the suspension configuration just like the real car, the interior just like the real car, and even inside the engine bay, all these little tiny hoses that are supposed to be there are very correct. So if you consider all of that and all the effort that goes through to actually design and mold all these plastic parts, then I think the price is fair. So who is this vehicle for? Who is it targeted toward? And I would say that the first group that would really appreciate and be happy with this vehicle are those that can appreciate scale, detail, and function. And I'm talking about the same modelers that would build Tamiya semi-trucks, construction equipment, military equipment, Jeeps, and tanks, and not just have the detail there, but operate them and drive them in a scale fashion, in a realistic fashion. The second group that I would say would really like this model is someone that actually owns this in real life and would like something cool to either sit on a shelf or just play with and say, hey, I've got a mini version of the real life vehicle that I drive every day. Now that we've said all that, who's going to be disappointed? Well, it's going to be the modeler that's going to look at this thing, and the first question out of their mouth is, what kind of wheel hexes are going to be on this thing so I could put bigger wheels on it, or what kind of link lengths are there so that we can make a lift kit for this thing. Well, sadly, if you're that type of person, you will be disappointed because all the parts on here are built to scale, meaning they are small and they are fragile and they are not standard. So currently, one of the reservations that I have is there aren't even very many replacement parts that are available, if any, for this car. Granted, a lot of the vehicles are still on pre-order status, so time will tell whether we'll get a steady supply of parts for these things, and then at that point I would say to everyone to go ahead and buy it. Alright guys, so these are my thoughts on the 1/12 scale Suzuki Jimny by FMS. If you think I missed anything, or you'd like me to cover something in a midterm or a long-term review, please leave them in the comments below. And until then, if you guys like this type of content, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.